This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4, Samsung's latest and greatest tablet offering, and also probably one of the last Android tablets worthy of a conversation in 2018. Except, well, this is actually not your typical tablet, and I'm not just talking about the Android ecosystem. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and this is our review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. At a time when tablets are on decline and iPads reign supreme, it's valid to question just why companies would still invest in Android tablets. I mean, even Google abandoned the market. And the only reason why that would ever make sense is if a company is bold enough to grab Android and then use it to create something better. I think that's the best way to describe the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 to a certain degree. Probably one of my favorite parts of this tablet is definitely the hardware. This is probably one of the most beautiful tablets that I've ever used. We've got an aluminum border that's matched in the front and back with glass, and I do praise the fact that even if this unit is white in the back, the front is still black, leading to a more immersive experience consuming content. But that's not all. We have a gorgeous 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display at 2560 by 1600 that is really stunning. If you join me in calling devices like the Galaxy Note 9 as having the best display for a smartphone, this would definitely be the tablet. To assist with the experience, we've got 4 speakers on each side, tuned by AKG, that are also plenty loud and capable of Dolby Atmos. Spent years hearing Samsung repeating the same catchphrase. And the experience even extends to the headphone jack, which I'm glad is still here. And speaking of the Galaxy Note, there is a Wacom Digitizer on this display, meaning the things that you love about the Galaxy Note lineup are also functional on this tablet for productivity. Samsung even takes the concept a step further, thanks to an optional keyboard that makes it more desktop-friendly whenever you need it. It has spacious keys and even a slot for the S Pen to go on, though more on that after we talk about internals. Inside is where things actually get mixed. We have last year's Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, options for 4 or 6 GB of RAM, and 64 or 256 gigs of expandable storage. We have a 7,300 mAh battery that supports quick charge through USB-C, and we also have benefits like intelligent scan because there is no fingerprint scanner here. Now, if we continue moving forward and talk about software, this is where things continue to be mixed, mainly because there are a lot of great ideas here, but not so much of a great implementation. I've never really liked Android tablets much because I feel that software applications don't really all take advantage of what a tablet has when it comes to an added canvas, and this tablet is really no exception in some cases. I'll admit I haven't even given much use to the traditional Android approach on this tablet. Instead, I've spent most of my time with this tablet in DeX mode. You know, ever since I saw DeX for the first time using a monitor, I was like, this would be a great idea on a tablet. Take advantage of the larger canvas and make it feel more like a desktop whenever you need it, and that's particularly what this tablet can do. At a glance, it is visually stunning. I love how applications become windows on the screen that you can manipulate to your heart's content. I like the fact that basic elements of Android are still here, but presented differently, just to remind you that this is still an Android tablet. And since this is a Galaxy Note to a certain degree, we have Samsung's UI, which I praise for its aesthetics, and features like SmartThings and Samsung Flow allow this tablet to communicate with other Samsung devices and make it feel more like an ecosystem. So, what's the catch? As it turns out, DeX is a great idea. The problem is that it wasn't really designed for a tablet, up to the point where features like the Galaxy Note services don't really work on DeX, and that's just one problem. You can't, for example, go handheld and rotate the screen because DeX only understands horizontal in one particular direction. The size of the icons is also really small up to the point where you need a mouse to operate them, and even if you can choose to use the S Pen, the experience can be a bit uncomfortable. Then there's muscle memory. A ton of the icons at the bottom right don't look familiar at all, and if you're expecting notifications to be a slide from the top, nope, they're not there. They're in a separate module along with the quick toggle commands. I even find it annoying that the tablet has to boot into DeX mode, meaning it takes a little while for it to happen, and applications that were open on the tablet user interface don't necessarily open in DeX, or at least not all the time for me. And then there's the keyboard. I love the design, but I don't like how it works. The keys are just too sensitive. I actually tried using this tablet to write my scripts on OneNote and then highlight my progress on the S Pen, and, well, keys get repeated all the time, and then the keyboard shortcuts are not what you're used to on a Mac or Windows. And then there's the problem that it's actually too bulky, so if you combine this with this, you'll end up with a product that's thicker than a MacBook, which is not necessarily great. But alright, I'm going to cut this tablet some slack. Not everything is bad. There are things I really like about it, and it starts with the battery life. Definitely a tablet that you can use all day, so long as you're, again, used to either one of these user interfaces. Performance is also great, with this tablet being able to handle an insane amount of tasks on either tablet mode or indexed. And no, please don't make me talk about the cameras, because yes, photography is great, and it's really good for video calls, but you're not supposed to be using this tablet for taking photos. That being said, to conclude, let me just put it to you this way. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 is probably one of the best tablets that I've reviewed in a while when it comes to the Android ecosystem. It looks great, it feels great, and even if Android isn't that great on tablets, this is really as good as it gets. You know, I'm a big fan of stylus input as well, so having Galaxy Note features on a large canvas is awesome. I just really wouldn't buy this tablet for features like DeX. If that was the reason why you came to this video thinking, oh, this could probably be the reason I could make a move to an Android tablet, no, the implementation is not there. The cool thing is that it's really just a software update away. Probably Samsung can notice that it could do a better job and update it, but then because it has Galaxy Note features, the Wacom Digitizer, and Samsung is not necessarily the best when it comes to software updates, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. Whatever the case may be, I will admit that I've enjoyed my experience with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. It's a refreshing change from the grid of icons on iPads. At its price, it's hard to recommend over an iPad Pro, but at least you have the alternative if you're looking for one. Folks, let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy Tab in the comments down below, and while you're at it, make sure you follow us on social media. Subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. And follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera on Instagram, and Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.